Hello YouTube, welcome back to Stretch's Tricks, Tips, and Tools. My name is Stretch. Welcome back to my channel. My next project is going to be to see if we can get this old water pump running. Bought this at a yard sale for 20 bucks. It's got a Honda motor on it. Looks to be in pretty good shape even though it's old and kind of dilapidated. I think perhaps we can do something with this thing. It cranks over, appears to have a little bit of compression. As you can see, it's in need of a new muffler, among other things. I looked in the fuel tank. It's can't really see in there that good, but it's not all rusty and corroded and full of junk. We're going to have to take the carburetor off and clean it. I also noticed the I don't know if you can tell here, but the spark plug it's jammed in the hole part way in. And I don't know what the deal is with that, but we'll be addressing that also. But we need to get the carburetor off of that and get it clean. We also need to address this pull start. They don't have the proper cord on here and it doesn't want to retract properly, but as you can see it does pull over. So we'll be getting that off and getting a new rope on that, and we'll see what we come up with. So hang on, let's get going. Okay, let's get started getting this carburetor off of here. First thing we're going to do is take this air cleaner cover off. And here's the air cleaner. It's been a while since it's had an air cleaner on here. Pretty dusty and dirty, but maybe we can blow it out and reuse it temporarily. Now it looks like the carburetor's held on with these two bolts, and there's a 10mm bolt up here too. Let me get some WD-40. Whenever you're dealing with this old equipment, you want to make sure that before you start taking stuff off, you give it a little bit of lube. So let's get this cover off here. We got a 10mm socket here. These two nuts here. These. Okay, this cover comes off. There's a breather vent here that plugs into this port here. When you go back together, make sure you get it plugged in. Apparently somebody's had this off, and when they put it back, they didn't notice that, and they just jammed it in there. That's why it's got all this dirt all around here. The breather wasn't installed properly. This is the choke, and it appears to be frozen, so we'll have to address that. Let's get this fuel line disconnected here. Got a little clamp and a rubber hose. It's hanging on there. We do have a small spring here. We need to disconnect. Goes to the linkage. And that goes to this hole here. Let's see what else holds that assembly on there. Okay, I've been looking at this and it looks like we're going to have to, this is the throttle here, but it's jammed. I'm going going to take this off so we can get this piece of linkage loose since everything's jammed up. And see what we find. I know this is a tensioner here for the throttle linkage. Let's see, this little plate here has a notch that goes in this thing here. This is the friction part here. And this comes off. This goes underneath there. And the spring goes in that hole right there. The spring goes in this hole. Get this plate off to get it out of the way. Let's do that. Okay, now we can put all this stuff back on here. Keep it in proper perspective until we go back together with it. Now we take this vent tube off here. This plugs in the valve cover, and the spark plug wire is hooked to the carburetor. Oh no, it's not. Not hooked to the carburetor after all. It's hooked to the head. The carburetor's right here. Got this one linkage here. I'm going to have to get a little tapper dapper. Let me squirt some stuff in here and help break up some of this corrosion. There's a gasket here we need to take off that goes onto here. See if we can get a little juice in there. Release the carburetor from the smooth. This is another one of my handy tools. It's a little hammer with plastic heads on it, and you can tap on stuff. There you go. It's starting to move a little bit. All that is hooked to the spark plug wire after all. Moving out some. We need to get that carburetor butterfly freed up. And we also need to get the choke freed up a little bit. Okay, this thing's got a lot of corrosion. Can't get in there because the choke's blocking it. And all these parts are plastic, so you got to be real careful you don't break something. There. Took that off. We'll have to break that anyway. I don't know how we're gonna. Choke to move there. I don't know to move. Well, that's going to be a fun one. This is going to be a fun one here because everything's really corroded. It's old and old and old. Get this one old. too. How to get that out of there without turning that clear around. I'll tell you what we're going to have to do. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to take these studs out here so we can take the carburetor and turn it around and get this linkage disconnected. And then we can get this off here because it's so corroded that I'm afraid everything's going to break because a lot of the pieces are plastic. So let me get my stud removers and see if we can get these studs out. Okay, here's my Craftsman stud removing tool. I've had this tool for 40 or 50 years. I don't use it too much, but sometimes it comes in handy. I'm not sure it'll go down small enough to bite into that. Yeah, it looks like it. It's kind of overkill for this size stud, but it's the only thing I've got. So let's see if we can get these things to turn a little bit. Yep, there's one. Get that one to turn. See if we can get this one to turn here. Yep, there we go. Okay, it's going to be a piece of cake. What we'll do is we'll just double nut these real quick. It's a self-locking nut. This is the best way to take a stud out is to get two nuts. They're the same size. And I don't know if this is going to work because that's a self-locking nut. So let me get my wrench here. This is another little trick I have to keep my wrenches in order. Just get you a long bolt, put them all in order, and that way you have them handy when you need them. Just take off the one you need, set the other ones aside. This is a 10 millimeter. We're going to put it on here, and we're going to lock this nut on here like that, and then we're going to turn the whole thing out like this. I'm going to leave a couple threads in there because I don't want that carburetor to be flopping while I'm doing the other side. Take these nuts back off. Put them back on this side over here. By the way, guys, this might not be the only way to do this job. It may not be the best way to do it. This is the way I do it. Okay. Let me screw that other stud out. Okay, now we can turn this and get this piece of linkage out of here. And we've got the carburetor off. And might just leave these studs out, and maybe we'll put this back the same way we took it off. If I can get the, see the throttle linkage is stuck, and so is the choke linkage. And the carburetor's pretty dirty, but we'll get her cleaned up.